From Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas, Coug Sports Net proudly presents to you Lamar High School football as your Lamar Cougars take on the Mustangs of Lamar Consolidated. Brandon Williams along with Lewis Perrin, Senior Stats is in the building with us, Mike Lockwood, Coach Sal's on the sidelines, and tonight we are pleased to be joined by Terry Bennett and Grant Goodwin of theoldcoach.com and Sideline to Sideline. They'll be handling the bulk of the play-by-play for Lamar Consolidated on the offensive side. Guys, tough week for Lamar last week. Opportunities abounded, the safety costing them 24-22. Time for them to rise up at 1-2, Lewis.
It was a disappointing loss, and there were a lot of disappointments in that game. A couple of high snaps involved, way too many penalties for Lamar last week, something that we haven't seen all year long. They've been a very disciplined squad, and they just had difficulty putting it all together last week, and they're going to have to do it tonight against a really tough team from Rosenberg.
We will be talking with Terry Bennett shortly after the national anthem to get his take on how well the Mustangs did with their victory last week. We'll be right back following the national anthem, and following that, we will have football as the 1-2 Lamar Consolidated Mustangs take on the 1-2 Lamar Cougars here at Reliance Stadium. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
The good old simulated coin toss.
Back here at Reliance Stadium as we are moments away from the start of the coin toss. And we'll look at Lamar's captains tonight. Number 5, Val Allen. Number 6, Ladarian Ellis-Jones. Number 33, Reggie Franklin. And number 57, Marquez Baker. Terry, why don't you give us the team captains for Lamar Consolidated?
Yeah, number 5, Caleb Granger. Number 36, Derek Abiqui. And let me get the other two real quick. I think that's number 78, Gustavo Lopez. And I can't see the far side, Grant. Can you see that one?
Number 5.
I've already got him.
Looks like number 36. No.
Grant already helping out. Big job, buddy.
36, so we are waiting a coin toss. And it looks like Lamar Consolidated won the toss. And they will defer. So you'll see the Lamar Cougar offense out on the field to open this contest. As you mentioned last week, Lamar had their moments, but just weren't really able to get on the same page. 13 penalties, one of them called back a touchdown, handful of other mental errors, and plus the 2 snaps on the punts, one that led to the decisive safety.
That's it. And like I said, when you talk about just not quite getting in sync, it was, you talk about a tale of 2 halves, but actually it was a tale of 4 quarters. First quarter, fourth quarter, Lamar just couldn't seem to get it together. Second and third quarter, we were right there with them. We never did lead in that game, but there were a couple of ties, including going into that fourth quarter. It was a very close game.
And on the other hand, Lamar Consolidated tasted victory last weekend, 41-27 over Fort Bend Clements. Tell us a little bit about that offense. You guys put up 529 yards last week.
Well, yeah, they're going to use their quarterback. We think his name is, from after this point will just be Scott. But Scott Nova hits. He's the standard quarterback you see in today's game. He's their leading rusher, and he's also their leading thrower.
Didn't he account for over 2,000 yards by himself last year offensively, I believe, as well, combined rushing and passing last year? So definite threat to this Lamar defense.
Definitely accurate quarterback, 60% completion on 35 attempts thus far. As mentioned, leads the team with 277 yards rushing, stellar 7.1 yard average. Not the only guy you're going to see, because you've got Darius Turner and Phillip Ross. Both of those guys had big weeks last week, combined for 185 yards and 3 touchdowns on just 18 carries.
Well, Lamar Consolidated, as Coach Jackson said before the game, one of the most athletic teams they're going to see, Lamar's going to see this year. So,
and he prefaced that by saying on the defensive side of the ball as well. He said Lamar Consolidated will be one of the most athletic defenses they've seen in the last 2 years outside of Navasota. So that's got to tell you something about tonight.
That definitely says a lot, as number 12, Leo Ruiz, has set the kick. And we are underway. Line drive. It's going to be in the direction, looks like Spells, and they'll let it go out of bounds.
Smart play. That ball will come out now to the 35-yard line.
And we will see Ladarian Ellis-Jones, junior quarterback, threw a touchdown pass last week. Has thrown touchdowns in each of his first 3 games. Also ran for a pair as well. Unfortunately, he threw an interception that stopped the drop last week. And we're going to be curious to see just how much of a change, particularly with the way that they lined them up under center. They had success in the limited opportunities last week, including the touchdown to make number 15, Mike Hardiman.
And that center quarterback situation is going to be something we're going to be also keeping an eye on, as both of the last two games, there's been a little bit of difficulty getting that ball back there to Ellis Jones.
Number 50, that's going to be Marquel Dupree, the center. As we'll move it to another hash, it looks like we're going to be underway, and it looks like Jaquan Jones, number 24, getting the start in the backfield. And right off the bat, flags are coming down. It looks like the Cougars jumped a little early. So right immediately, Lewis, the same bugs that have bothered Lamar all season long coming to form right off the snap.
Yeah, and I can understand being a little bit nervous playing in this house and everything like that, but that's something they're going to have to get under control real quick.
You're right in the fact that it's a golden opportunity for these kids to play on the same field as the Houston Texans, but you're going to have to shake that off. It's still Friday night, it's still 48 minutes, and you still have to execute the win. First down, 15 now at the 25-yard line. Again, a 5-wide set, now officially 5 wide, as we've got Carlos Bells, number 17, Dalen Richards, number 17, now in a trip set. They'll screen it out. Ball is going to be caught by James, and I don't think anyone's going to be fooled by that one.
No, they saw the 3 men over there on the far side, and they lined it up on defense the same way.
Well, I'll tell you what, Servell Ford, little defensive back over here, the corner, did a great job of fighting off that block on that screen and making the tackle.
It's really a play that Lamar has run all season, and it's a play that they really have not been terribly successful with. They ran it a couple of times last week and pretty much got the same result, as the defensive backs just sat home and just caused a loss. Now second down, now at 19 at the 21-yard line. Low snap is going to be to Jones, and Jones probably about a yard, maybe 2. And now the Cougars facing a third down, calling around 16. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line.
Christopher Williams, defensive tackle over here, really kind of stubbed that play up, getting a little bit of penetration right there, not making the tackle, but really slowing down that play.
Jones moving over to the near side. Reggie Franklin's lined up in a slot to the near. Jones rolls out, faces pressure, steps up, throws, ball's going to be incomplete. So a 3-and-out, aided by a penalty, is the result of Lamar's opening drive, and definitely not the way Coach Dr. Mike Jackson wanted to get his team going.
Christopher Williams again getting pressure. They're forcing him to throw that off balance and a little late, but tell you what, they're going to have to, that offensive line for Lamarck right now is going to have to find an answer for Christopher Williams, the 6'1", 230, listed as a linebacker, but they've kind of got him at a 2 technique right now.
Well, guys, they're so nervous down here on the sideline. I believe that after about half the first quarter, you'll see them calm down, and we'll see some good football.
Oh, we're going to see some nervous moments right here as the Cougars will punt, and they're going to call a timeout. 10 minutes, 47 seconds to go, first quarter. We are scoreless here at Reliant Stadium. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Well, after the timeout, the Cougars will attempt the punt as number 12, Datron Cole, will be back deep. Actually, more short. And again, this was something that the Cougars had talked about over the week, was trying to find ways to modify their punts to keep the snaps from going high. And the first punt's going to be successful. Low line drop that's picked up immediately by Mikey Randall. Randall gets the ball inside the 40 to around the 38-yard line of Lamar Consolidated. So the Mustangs are going to have great position, great field position to open this drive, the contest. 14-yard punt.
Guys,
Ouch.
we do have to acknowledge the fact that it's not like other games where 1 or 2 people making the tackle. That was a swarm of tacklers on that play. That was fantastic.
All right, Scott Noahitza will start out. It's a shaky start for Lamar, and the Mustangs really could take advantage of it. Talking about the nerves. Right here, you're going to have the Mustangs great field position. They'll come out in the spread with 2 to the left, a little pistol look. Scott, the quarterback, barks out the signals. Going to do a little jet sweep going to the right side. Number 22, Phillip Ross, gets a block on the outside up to the 30-yard line. I'm not going to say he stepped out at the 31, but you talked about the Lamar blocking didn't look that good, Grant, right there. Lamar Consolidated's blocking looked great.
Yeah, it did, but you got to credit Daquan Jones right there fighting off that lead block and actually making the stop right there. That could have got a lot more yards if it wasn't for Daquan Jones.
Mustangs quickly come to the line in the pistol. Straight handoff right up the gut for the first down. Across the 28, it looks like the 27.
And right now, Lamar has given up the first points in each of their first 3 games this season, and it looks very likely the way the Mustangs are driving that it could be game number 4.
Pistol formation. Straight handoff. Nope. Scott's going to keep it. He's got a lane coming to the left side at the 20. Breaks off a tackle to the 15. He's to the 10. Walks out of bounds just shy of the 7-yard line. Gashing them right now.
And that's the experience of a veteran quarterback. And Novahitsa, 5'9", but my goodness, he got around the corner real quick. Got an excellent block from his wide receiver, Bobby Lewis. That sprung him forward for about another 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, our cornerbacks for Lamarque have got to do a better job fighting off those seal blocks. Pistol set on the left hash. They're going to run that side jet. Coming to the left. Now cuts it back inside, up to the 5-yard line. Good gang tackling right there. Stops Phillip Ross before he's able to find the end zone. But once again, positive yards for the Mustangs.
Host of Cougars on that play. Number 19, Kendrick Randall. Number 44, Justin Britton. And number 5, Val Allen also there on the stop.
Well, guys, we're seeing the linebackers hesitate a little bit on penetrating the line of scrimmage, and it's giving them an advantage over here.
That's what a running quarterback will do. That little zone read right up the middle near the goal line. They're going to say he's just down short.
You can't get any closer to that. And you're looking now, just knocking on the door. Big Darius Turner, number 35. He is a horse at 6'1".
Yeah, they got that little perfect mix of inside-outside. Scott on the quarterback keeper on the quick snap.
Flag
down.
Looks like maybe a Mustang might have jumped a little early.
Yeah, it looks over on that right side that there was a little bit of premature movement.
I think they're going to say offsides.
You see the Mustangs with their hands up, and it is a touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah, that far line official came in giving the offside signals quick.
So Scott Novavitsa, 1-yard run for the touchdown and puts up the game's first points. His 4th rushing touchdown of the season. So at 9:18, it's Lamar Consolidated getting the early lead.
To be honest with you, they made that look a little too easy. It's Hector Siller on to number 12. Leo Reeves on to attempt the extra point, try to make this a 7-0 game. Snap's good, kicks up, line drive kick, right through the upright. So Lamar Consolidated strikes first, and they lead 7-0.
Coug Sports Net will be right back with 9:18 to go in the first. So we're back on the air, 9:18 to go, as it did not take very long, guys, for the Mustangs to get on the scoreboard with the short field.
Yeah, that was a 6-play, 38-yard touchdown drive, pretty much capped off by the running back, Scott Novavitsa, I guess you'd say it, on a little quarterback sneak from about the 1-yard line. But, yeah, 6 plays, 38 yards.
Reeves will now kick off for the Mustangs. It's going to go right to the middle. Going to be taken at about the 11. Coming up, got a lane up to the 15, 20, 25. Oh, he slipped and fell as he was about to turn the jet zone at the 30, but then flags fly late.
Late flag as Daquan Jones, who is really starting to get more looks over the past few weeks, slip, had a lot of room in front of him, but it looks like nonetheless it's going to be yet another penalty on Lamarque.
Those penalties are killing them.
You know, guys, and special teams is going to be very important right now, or tonight for Lamarque, because we've seen that field position is going to bite them in the rear if they do not dig out of this. Not only do they need to play clean, flawless, special teams play, they also need some long sustained drives to flip this field. They do not want to give some short fields to that quarterback and that offense of Lamar Consolidated.
And that has really been one of the problems for Lamar, especially in the last 2 games, the ability to sustain a drive and cash it in. They've had the opportunity to do so, but penalties have seemed to just bite them at the most inopportune times. So they will start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start at the 17-yard line. 9:12 to go first quarter here at Reliant Stadium with the Cougars down 7-0 to Lamar Consolidated. Ellis Jones under center. We're an offset I with Val Allen lined up at fullback and Jones in the backfield. Handoff will be to Jones, and Jones is not going to get much. A host of white jerseys up the line of scrimmage, and he may have been lucky to have gotten to said line.
Yeah, they're going to mark him. They're going to give him forward progress right to the line of scrimmage, but that's as far as he got.
But they're just not staying ahead of the chains right now. They're losing first down every time.
They're going to have to put some pass game together. They're playing the run all the way.
So second down, officially a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line. 2 back, 3 wide set, low snap. Jones throws underneath. Ball's going to be caught by Cooper. Cooper gets it to the 20, maybe to around the 23-yard line. Pick up 7, but there wasn't much for him to do after the catch.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this Lamar Consolidated defense is flying to the ball. They are keeping contained, and Bryce Malone right there, once again, blowing up that screen by fighting off a block. So they're going to have to figure this out. It's going to be hard to get out on the perimeter on this defense.
3rd down 4 with 8:10 to go in first quarter. Might be a free play as the ball is snapped. Jones throws up. Incomplete, was looking in the direction of Big Mike Hardeman. And it looks like it will be enough for a first down, because one of the things Jones has been able to do successfully this season is the hard count. We have seen him succeed very well with that through each of the first 3 games, and it looks like it's going to carry over here on this play.
And we saw that in game 2. We saw 5 hard count penalties earned by Ellis Jones.
So the Cougars get their first down a game, sustains the drive.
Actually, I believe they're going to replay the down.
Why would they do that?
I have no idea.
No, that's plus 5 yards.
That's a first down. Let's wait for the chain gang to come along.
Yeah, they're about to mark it. Funny thing is, if they get a first down, they'll have 1 first down and 1 total yard.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's been the problem with the guys, with the offense, just slow starts in each of the first 3 games.
Well, guys, I think they're about to change up the game plan. They move Cooper out on the perimeters. They're going to try the short pass game plan. I believe it'll work.
So 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. They'll put Cooper in motion. They'll go with the sweep 2. Cooper turns the corner. 30, 35, 40, still on his feet. 45, close to midfield. And that's what you need to do with Allen Cooper, guys. He is probably the fastest player on the offensive side of the ball. Get him into space. Let him turn the corner. And as a result, you get 17 yards with big blocks from Daquan Jones and Mike Hardeman.
Boy, he was just 1 step away from taking that one all the way to the house. Caleb Granger for Lamar Consolidated, just able to wrap him up at the last minute. Otherwise, he's gone for 6.
Guys, I believe we broke the ice down here on the sideline. I feel excitement coming back.
Much needed for the Cougars. 1st and 10, they'll go in an I formation. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line with 7:34 to go in the first. Offset I now with Jones. Hands it off. And looks like won't be much of anything. And again, the problem with Lamar, and a late flag comes down.
I believe we got a face mask. Number 53 grabbing the
Personal
helmet.
foul, and it's going to be against Lamar Consolidated.
Yes, sir.
So 2 huge penalties by the Mustangs have kept this drive alive.
There's that field flipping you were talking about, Grant.
Yep, very important. You'd love to get points out of this drive, of course, but I'll tell you what, the first objective Coach Jackson and company set out on this drive is to at least flip this field if you're not going to come away with points. So I think anything on top of flipping this field position is just icing on the cake right now.
But we want points.
1st and 10 as Dalian Richard is now in the backfield with Val Allen. Pistol set. Jones calls his own number, tries to turn the corner. Flag is going to come down as he got to around the 33-yard line. So a gain of 3 is going to be wiped out by a hold.
Become a flag of play game.
And that hold was on the back side, not to the play side. Again, that's something you've got to really watch.
So it's actually a clip. So instead of 1st and 20, make it 1st and 25.
Well, I believe that Val Allen being in the backfield, he's not used to playing offense. And
so that will push the ball back to the 47-yard line.
Surprising they called a clip on that. That was a hold.
3 wide set, 2 to the near side for Lamar. Jones gets the snap, drops back, lobs, looks in the direction of Hardiman, and Hardiman's going to be incomplete. Was looking in the direction of Hardiman, but good coverage there by Lamar Consolidated as they played it well against the big 6'3" junior receiver.
Yeah, that's a definite mismatch that you got to think that Lamarck's going to be able to take advantage of. They just got to connect. Right now, Seville Ford, the 5'9", 165 corner, is giving up a few inches almost on that side. So that's going to be there. They're just going to have to, Ellis Jones just going to have to connect there.
Second down and 20. Ball's at the 46-yard line. Ellis Jones rolls out, turns the corner, steps up, throws as a man downfield. Caught! Great catch! A fantastic catch by
James.
number 2, Demetrius James. Part of the James brothers. A huge reception that will put the ball down at the 12-yard line. So a gain of 34 on a leaping catch by James.
Well, a nice readjustment to that ball. He got turned around, was able to find it. Great control.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
That was an excellent readjustment.
They will get Val Allen into the contest. He'll become the fullback with Richard in the backfield.
22.
Cooper in motion. They'll go with the sweep to Cooper. Turns the corner. 10. Still on his feet. Down to around the 6-yard line. And guys, that might have been a touchdown had he been able to keep his balance.
Yeah, boy, he just got tripped up by the 10-yard line. But I'll tell you what, credit big Dalen Richard right there, getting a great block to seal that side off.
He's done a real good job with that all year long out there on that far side, sealing off that on those sweep runs.
Second down now at the 6-yard line. Ellis Jones calls his number, takes a block, breaks a tackle. He will have enough for a first down as they should spot the ball just inside the 2-yard line.
Got to fill in this offensive line for Lamarck right now is starting to sharpen their teeth just a little bit now up front. Starting to impose their will just a little bit. You can see some movement finally. They weren't really getting movement on that first drive. This time right now they're getting a little bit of movement, and I expect that to be even more apparent later in the ball game because they do have some size advantage, it looks like, up front.
Yes, sir. I believe you're seeing some growing up going on the field now. These guys are just tired of losing.
5:43 to go, first quarter, first and goal. Spotted at the Consolidated 2-yard line. Pistol set. Ball is loose. Fumble, and Ellis Jones will recover it around the 3-yard line. And Lewis, as you've mentioned, all season long, it has been issues with the center and quarterback exchange.
It really has been. In that first game against Ball High, we saw 4 times that the ball was actually on the ground right at the feet of Ellis Jones. That handoff just not being made when he's under center. That time you were looking at a shotgun snap that just did not get back there.
Looks like it hit somebody. The ball took a weird bounce off the snap.
Fortunately for Lamar, Jones able to recover. Now second and goal at the 4 as we go inside 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Ellis Jones calling his own number, nothing doing. Got to the line of scrimmage, and that was about it.
Well, a lot of penetration that time. We had just sung the praises of that Lamarck offensive line, and this time the defensive line gets penetration all the way across right there.
Well,
so that's like they're just sitting on that.
Their success has been all to the outside.
Yeah, that's it. I was about to say, run for the flags. Use the advantage that we have, that speed.
Something that we've seen all year long, Lamarck having a little bit of difficulty trying to take that ball between the tackles. They need a little bit of space to be able to highlight that speed that a lot of these backs have.
That's right.
Third down and goal at the 5-yard line. 4:16 and counting, and the Cougars are going to need to use their second timeout the first half. We'll take it with them. 4:14 to go, first quarter. It's Lamar Consolidated 7, Lamarck 0. Coug Sports Net. We'll be right back.
Cooper got some tape.
Right.
They did not put him in.
So third down and goal. Ball is down at the 5-yard line. So we do have 2 receivers, far side. And it'll be to Daquan Jones trying to turn the corner to the 5, still on his feet, out of bounds and around the 3-yard line, and a late flag.
Wow.
A little too much enthusiasm there on the end of that play. It's an automatic first down, correct.
It's going to be an automatic.
I'll tell you what, outside that penalty, though, Lamarck's just one block away from sealing that thing all the way open and getting them around that corner and into the end zone. They just can't get that last seal-off block.
You got to feel for Patrick Middleton, who will get the call, because if the running back breaks the tackle and scores, he's getting griped at Monday for not continuing the play.
Yep.
That's just a tough call.
Yeah.
It is.
Hear me, coaches. I'm going to teach you how to gamble. Counter play. Back to the weak side. In the end zone. Guaranteed.
Well, somehow, some way, they're going to find a way to get big number 74. That's Michael Smither involved. All 6'6", 330 pounds of him. So it looks like the Cougars are going to try to play their version of Powerball here with a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. 4:07 to go here in the first.
Well, that is
Rashard
a lot of
will go
meat.
out.
Lining him up at right guard. I wonder where they're going to go.
Jones is the man in motion.
Oh.
Well, we know where they're going to go, 5 yards backwards, because somebody in the Lamar, well, actually 2 guys got a little bit enthusiastic on that snap.
You can't ask a big guy to hold that much meat that long.
No, you can't. You really cannot.
They're starting to lean forward.
I tell you what, it'll be interesting to see if they come out in the same formation. They were overloaded to the right side right there. Had a numbers and size advantage on that side. So, yeah, it was pretty apparent where they were going with the ball. Be interesting to see what they do now 5 yards further.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line as Cooper
Speed.
and Hardiman are lined up to the near. Val Allen is the sole setback. They'll call Ellis Jones, and Ellis Jones tries to break one tackle. Rolled to around the 5-yard line, but that play was perfectly read by Lamar Consolidated.
Yeah, Eugene King, the left defensive tackle over there on the right, getting all kinds of penetration and getting his hands on Ellis Jones before he can really get out of the backfield and turn the corner. But, yeah, they've just got to have an answer for Eugene King, that defensive tackle, and then linebacker Christopher Williams. Both of them are kind of getting a lot of penetration right now.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line now. Allen and Richard in the backfield. Ellis Jones throws. Ball is going to be incomplete.
Well, they're going back to that mismatch.
Hardiman had a hand on the football, was just unable to reel it in. Like you said, a perfect mismatch when you've got a 6'3" wide receiver going up against a 5'9" cornerback.
Yeah, he either stopped a step early or that pass was just a tad bit high. But as an outstanding basketball rebounder, you would expect Hardiman to come down with that play most of the time.
No question. Now a big 3rd down and goal coming up the 5-yard line with 3:28 to go in the first quarter. Ellis Jones trying to get the hard snap, and flags are down.
Worked on his own team that time.
And a false start again. You got to figure at some point in time you're going to run out of bullets shooting yourself in the foot. But until then, the Lamar Cougars keep finding a way to keep going back and forth. Seems like they're allergic to the end zone at times.
That's 5 penalties now for 40 yards against the Cougars.
Misdirection. Need to cut back against the grain. Notice that the tackles are attacking straight ahead.
So, offense coordinator Pete Guerrero is going to have to open up that playbook a little bit more on 3rd and 10. He'll go back up again to Hardiman, and Hardiman won't get it, and a late flag.
And I think they're going to tag Servell Ford there for pass interference. Got a little push there on Hardiman before the ball was there.
Pass interference. So the 2nd time in this drive, a pass interference keeps things going.
I think by rule inside the 20, that thing goes down to the, 2.5, right?
If he's in the end zone, it goes down to the 1.
Okay, we're gonna spot the ball here at the 2-yard line. So
okay.
Lamar's gonna be set up 1st and 10 from the 2. So you got to think they're gonna push this one in now.
Another 1st and goal situation for the Cougars with 3:22 to go here in the first quarter. You must say, and needless to say, this drive has been an adventure.
It's been a time eater too.
Ellis Jones with the handoff. It looks like Dalian Richard is in the end zone, and he will get it. Cash it in, cha-ching.
Hello.
Dalian Richard with the touchdown, and finally, this drive will conclude as the Cougars get the score on a 2-yard run by Dalian Richard as we look for Ricky Guillen to get the extra point.
Guys, I'll pick up my check at the gate. The counter worked. They went for the daring and went the opposite way and went in the end zone.
And yet another flag.
Oh.
I'll tell you, if you had over-under on penalties tonight, you took the over at around, say, 15, you were going to cash in, my friend, by halftime. Yet another false start by Lamar.
These are zero week mistakes, too.
It is. These are mistakes. You're exactly right. These are zero week mistakes. These are mistakes that by this time you hope you've got out of your system, but unfortunately for the Lamar Cougars, these are mistakes that are still coming back to haunt them.
Well, guys, the biggest thing is misdirection will kill Lamar Consolidated.
And yet another flag. The extra point was good. Guys, I think between the four of us, we've seen a lot of football over the years, but I would think that you've seen very few drives that saw this many penalties.
Yeah, at this rate, we won't get out of here till about midnight. Keeps up like this.
7 penalties for Lamar, 5 for Lamar Consolidated so far.
So it's a legal block below the waist. So it was against Lamar.
15-yarder.
15-yard penalty. So now Ricky Guillen will be attempting what will appear to be a 38-yard extra point.
Boy, can't
3
have
minutes,
that.
18 seconds to go, first quarter. Lamar trailing 7-6. A drive that has just been riddled by penalties on both sides, but Lamar definitely continuing ways to shoot themselves in the foot even though they got the touchdown. Oh, that's true. Guillen waiting for the snap. He'll get in. Why not have another penalty? No? Timeout, Lamar Consolidated. Let's take our breath. Let's catch our breath because we definitely need it here. 3:18 to go, first quarter. It is Lamar Consolidated 7, Lamar 6. Coug Sports Net. We'll be right back. We are back now. 3:18 to go, first quarter. After a penalty-free break, we won't have an extra point. We would by attempt by Ricky Guillen as Coach Dr. Mike Jackson has put the offense back on the field. Spot the ball at the 23-yard line. Tight formation, more like a wing set. As Ellis Jones rolls out, throws, and the ball is going to be incomplete. Attempted to Daly Richard. And a flag at the 24-yard line.
I feel like we're on candid camera, and this is all just a big joke.
Illegal formation, and this will decline. And finally, this drive has come to a conclusion. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go, first quarter. We'll take the quick break with them. Lamar trailing Lamar Consolidated 7-6. Coug Sports Net will be right back. We will see how the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs respond. Their defense, needless to say, is their offense, I should say, is pretty well rested. As Ricky Guillen is set to kick off. Waiting for the kick by Guillen. And it's going to be a high floater toward the sideline. And we'll take a ball out of bounds. And why not throw another flag?
Yep.
Well, what we just said, they've got to clean things up on special teams. We saw 2 big special teams mistakes. That one, kick out of bounds once again, and then on the extra point. So I think, first things first, I think at halftime, things need to be talked about just a little bit on special teams first.
Yeah,
Yep.
You have to worry about the penalties. Again, you're at the point where I don't know what you can say. I mean, these aren't playing too hard or they're dumb pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, I think you got it. That's it. Playing too hard right now. That's what the problem really is.
And what's really been amazing is that all year our special teams coverage has really been outstanding. We don't need to be kicking the ball to the sidelines. Our guys are good at coverage. We've been showing that all year long. So I'm a little mystified whether that was just off the side of the foot or whether they decided something cute and didn't quite work.
You know, Randall had a good punt return. That might kind of scared the coaches a little bit to avoid him, especially now we've been talking they have the field position, and a good kickoff return will kill the field position again.
So they will kick the ball off this time at the 35-yard line. Clock still stuck at 3:18, just seems like an eternity. Randall is the near return guy to the near side of us, number 17. Guillen will kick. Again, we'll look in the direction of Randall, who will take it around. Actually, it's going to be
Number 8.
Lewis. Breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet. Will get to around the 38-yard line. So the Mustangs will get pretty good field position out of this, guys, to open up following the touchdown by Lamar.
Yeah, but it could have been worse. Yeah, they got great field position starting at their 38. They started at the Lamar 38 on their previous drive. So good coverage right there by the kickoff team of Lamar. So that's going to help this defense out just a little bit.
Yeah, guys, the linebackers are going to have to step up.
Don't have the Mustangs. Sorry about that.
And Reggie Franklin's going to have to as well.
Show up in that pistol formation, 2 wides left. Running back set to the left, and Nova Heat's the one back in the back. That's the power back. Straight handoff right up the middle to him. There'll be a flag.
Surprise, surprise.
You think at this point the officials just throw him by just getting used to it?
I tell you what, I guarantee you they've got an endorsement contract with Tide or Cheer or somebody, because the laundry that's been on this field tonight is incredible.
Well, at the referee's locker room after the game, they're going to be icing their arms like pitchers.
Hey guys, we got a new face down there, number 55.
Number 55 for Lamar, and that is going to be Arthur Rosemond.
I remember him.
Penalty takes it back to 1st and 20 now. Lamar Consolidated has the ball through 28, 2 wides right, pistol set right. Run that little jet sweep coming near side. Has a lane into the 30, down the sideline to the 35, and knocked out of bounds is Phillip Ross. But he gets almost all the penalty yardage back.
Tackle made by number 8, Chasson Douglas. Douglas leads the Cougars with 2 interceptions on the season.
I don't think we've seen Lamar Consolidated run more than 3 plays, the same 3 things.
Yes, sir. I think the middle is starting to close up a little bit. They're trying to draw him outside and then cut back.
So the gain will be a 2nd and 11 now. Ball to 37, 2:24 left in this long first quarter. 3 wides right, pistol back. Rolling out to the right, Nova Heat's looking to throw, being pressured. Shakes a tackle, throws the ball far sideline. Ball's going to be caught. Spin tech down to the 30,
oh,
45, and now it's a fumble. Ball's on the turf, and let's see who came up with it.
They got it.
If they did, that's going to give them a first down.
They're not supposed to be able to fumble forward. That ball should come back to where it was first touched.
They will give it the first down.
Okay.
I believe that's on fourth down, though.
Fourth down in the last 2 minutes of a football
Lewis
game.
lost the football. Okay. Looked like the Cougars had a chance momentarily. Ball just squirted away from Herb Smith.
So once again, the Mustangs are knocking on Cougar territory. 2 wides will split left. Ball set to the right hash. Pistol set, King to the left of Nova Hitsa. They're on that little jet, going to the right side. Needs a block, not going to get it, and going to lose a lot of yards right there.
That's going to be number 44, Justin Britton, one of those young faces that has stepped up and played. Britton, senior defensive lineman, played sparingly early on, but he's starting to get more minutes here as he was the lead guy in stopping that play.
Ball's back all the way to the 44, 2nd and 14 with 1:33 left opening quarter. Straight handoff up the middle, breaks the first tackle, cuts inside, gets around back to the original line and a couple of yards up. As on the carry there, number 6, Derek Abikwe.
I'll tell you what, that's about the 3rd or 4th time that I've seen Lamar make first contact in the backfield but miss the tackle. I tell you what, if they clean up some of this tackling as well, they could force Lamar Consolidated to play from behind the chains.
Again, another problem for Lamar. They tackle high a bit too often.
Yeah,
saw a lot of that last week.
Especially can't do that on a power back. So it'll be 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 49. 52 seconds left. Mustangs with the lead and the ball. 2 wides left, 1 wide right. Straight back. Pitch pass to the far side. Ball's going to be caught. Trying to dance. Going to be short of the first. Nope. Ricochet the tackle. And he's going to pick up the first down. Down to the 37-yard line before number 11, Hector Siller, is knocked out of bounds.
And right on cue, the Lamar defense shows again the problem trying to tackle too high. Breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles. Daquan Jones had an opportunity at him, number 24. The number 25, Hurt Smith, had an opportunity at him. They missed, so instead of a 4th and short, the Mustangs have the ball and continue to march downfield.
That was actually Randall on the catch and carry. 2 wides right, 1 wide left. Well, he's going to keep it this time. Going to cut inside, get up to the 35-yard line. Couple yard gain there, as that might be the last play of the first quarter, depending on what the Mustangs want to do.
He's doing a great job of reading that defensive end. If you'll notice, that defensive end's crashing, and he's making that read correctly every time.
Finally, 45 minutes after we started this, we are at the end of the first quarter. You would think it would be like the Lamar Alito first quarter in the 2010 state championship game, but instead it is Lamar Consolidated 7, Lamar 6. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Back here now as we start the second quarter, 7-6. As long as that drive or that quarter was, both teams only had the ball twice. 2 wides left, 1 wide right. Straight back as Nova hits the look in the throw, has time. Now being pressure, going to heave the ball deep down the right sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked like Randall slipped and fell.
Got good pressure by number 32, Anthony Wright, junior linebacker. Also saw number 52, Kenneth Edwards, out there as well. And Edwards picking up where he left off after an outstanding game against Cold Spring last week.
It's great. The Cougars had that well covered that time, so I love the defense they showed on that play. And hopefully they be cognizant of the fact that he may let it go at any time. He's a great passer.
Big 3rd down and 8 now for both teams. 3 wides all go left. And hits a straight back, looking to set up the wide receiver screen. Ball's going to be caught, bobbled. Nope, he did catch it. Breaks 1 tackle, gets up to the 30, gets the first down across the 25, up to about the 23-yard line. Terrible tackling right there, and good running by number 2, Bobby Lewis. And it's another first down.
Yeah, you know, Lamarck is getting to the line. At the linebacker part of the field, they are just not wrapping up.
5 missed tackles on that one play.
Straight handoff on first down. Going to move the pile. Still going all the way down to the 15, inside the 15, near a first down.
Oh, gosh, he's a horse.
Make
no mistake about it. Darius Turner, 6'1", 210, just carried the pile, and it looked like he was going to be down by about a gain of about 3. He decided, I'm just going to take a gaggle of Cougars with me and gain about another 8 yards.
A la John Riggins.
Pistol set formation. Again, handoff to him. He's going to take that left side, carried across the 10, inside about the.
And they're saying Lamar
got the ball.
They're saying Lamar football, and Val Allen's the guy who came up with it. And yes, the Cougars with the fumble recovery.
I'd like to go back and see this replay. It looks like, was it Edwards? Somebody punched that ball out at the very end.
Right there, number 30. Yep, you're right, number 52.
One of the negatives of a guy who can carry the pile is sometimes he carries it a little too long, and that exposes the football.
And one of your defensive leaders, Val Allen, number 5, coming up with the recovery. So the Cougars thwart the Mustangs right on the outer edge of the end zone, but they will start this drive 1st and 10. Ball spotted at their own 5-yard line with 11:16 to go here in the first half.
I'm not going to say that's demoralizing just yet at this point in the game, but that certainly does not do much for your psyche on offense when you drive it and turn it over on the 5.
Ellis Jones lined up right at the goal line. Will call his own number. Will get a block. Gets to around the 10 to around the 12-yard line. So a good gain of around 7 by LaDarian Ellis Jones.
I tell you what, that is the 2nd or 3rd time, though. Ellis Jones has been about a shoestring tackle away from taking it to the house. That time, Servell Ford wraps him up at the very end. Otherwise, we're off to the races once again.
Difference in good tackling and bad tackling. That play right there.
Gain up 7, make it 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line. 10:42 to go here in the first half. Jones now under center as Daquan Jones, the deep back. Hand off Daquan Jones. He will get maybe about a yard, maybe about 3 or 4. He got closer to the first down than you might have originally thought. Good penetration there by Lamar Consolidated. But again, just good effort by Jones to keep those legs churning and get close to a first down.
That's right, guys. We need misdirection right here. Notice they're shooting the gap straight, and notice the defensive players. hands on the hips, breathing hard.
Third down short. Ellis Jones calling his own number. Short of a first down, but a familiar friend has showed up again, and that's the form of a yellow flag.
Well, he got the first down if it's not a penalty on us.
It's so nice to see you again, Mr. Penalty.
Oh.
Illegal shift. Ow!
Trying to catch the defense off, hurt them instead.
So third down and long instead of a third and short. It would have been a possible first down. So they will spot this ball at the 9-yard line with 10:04 to go here in the first half.
Well, mistakes down here inside your own 20 are just multiplied.
Quincy James, Hardeman are the deep receivers. That's a free play that Jones is just going to throw up in the direction of Hardeman, and Hardeman does have to catch. No, he'll stay out of bounds. But either way, it looks like the Cougars are going to get a +5 on the hard count.
I'll tell you in just a quick second.
Guys, that was a perfect call on that play.
And again, Jones catches the defense snapping the hard count. So instead of third down and 6,
16
got
penalties.
third down and 1. 16 penalties in just inside 14 minutes of play.
Well, if we could stop the bump tackling and start wrapping up, I think the game will change.
And getting guys in position. Third down and short. Ellis Jones trying to call his own number, stuffed at the line, and he will not get the line to the line of scrimmage. Good play as the Mustangs sniffed that one out perfectly.
Yeah, Eugene King, just Lamarck right now has no answer for that defensive tackle over there. The 6'1", 245-pound defensive tackle, Eugene King, is just giving that Lamarck offensive line all kinds of fits. He's just living in the backfield right now.
They've got an answer for him. The answer is run away from him.
Well, yeah, run away from him.
Go
That's
around
right.
those outside edges.
That's right.
So it will be Cole set the punt. Number 17, Mickey Randall lined up at the 30 of Lamar. Well, Cole will take that extra step back. Awaiting the snap, gets it. And a high floater will take Michael back at around the 46-yard line. So a 32-yard punt there. And again, good field position for Lamar Consolidated as they will start this drive at the Lamar 46-yard line with 9:04 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, they've lived on the Cougar side. So we'll just have to see if this Cougar defense can bend but not break again. Things will come out. Ball will be set on the left hash. Officially at the 46. Go 2 wides to the right. Pistol set. Haven't seen them do much else. Vitsa calling out the plays. Puts the foot down. Run that little zone option jet. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to find the lane up to 40. Shedding tacklers down near the first down.
Well, about 5 or 6 Cougar defenders bit on that little play fake, though, as they followed the little fake handoff to Darius Turner. They followed him. 3 linebackers did.
And it's not often you're going to see number 33, Reggie Franklin, miss a tackle, and that's exactly what we saw right there. Again, the misdirection, a wonderful job, and they will say he's close to a first down.
Hey, guys.
As they will come out for a measurement here with 8:56 to go here in the first half.
You know, either, as we talked about the tackling, or all 3 of the ball carriers for the Mustangs are just hard to bring down. Sometimes you can win, but not all 3 of them.
That's it. You can bet that's the case for 35 over
Oh,
there.
yeah. But, you know, we're doing the Lamar side, so we're harping on them, but it's not like Lamar Consolidated is doing a lot to help themselves either right now. They're basically matching mistake with mistake. So it will be a first down. Ball at the 36. 2 wides will go right. Pistol set. Straight handoff to Turner. He's got a big lane, but a flag. Going to get a first down as he's upended over the 25. Let's see what they call.
That
illegal shift.
Quick.
That's an illegal shift, I believe.
That's what he signaled.
Yep. And it'll take it back 5 yards as penalty number 17 is racked up.
That's a killer for the Mustangs.
especially on a big play like that.
Guys, I was just informed that by Jones that Cooper may not be back. His ankle is hurt pretty bad. They're going to see how it is by second half, but we may have lost him for this game.
Yeah, it'll stiffen up in the locker room too. So, yeah, we saw him down there trying to get a tape job and get back in, but you could just tell he looked uncomfortable trying to find footing. So it'll go back to 1st and 15 at the 41 for the Mustangs. All set on the left, 2 wads will go right. Pistol set. Do that zone read. This time he will complete the handoff. Got a little bit of a lane.
But it was shut down quick.
Good pursuit right there as Philip Ross was brought down.
Good stop, number 9. That's going to be Isaiah Hall amongst the players making the stop, along with Reggie Franklin, number 33.
Great defenses are great at backside pursuit, and that right there is what stopped that play. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 at the 38 now. Back to pass. No, it's a looking long down the sideline. Actually, almost intercepted.
I think there is a little miscommunication there between quarterback and receiver as Bobby Lewis ran in on the inside slant.
I believe he changed the pattern right at the end because Reggie had him covered like a blanket, but that was almost in our favor.
Very close is Reggie Franklin, very close to his first pick of the season.
Boy, that's a huge 3rd down play for this Cougar defense right now.
7:58 left here in the first half. Still 7-6 Mustangs. 3 wides to the left. Rolling that side, moving pocket, looking to throw, plants the foot, throwing deep, has a man, and he's going to overthrow him at the goal line. And is looking for a call and not getting one, Bobby Lewis, and that'll be 4th down and kind of in no man's territory right here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to step back, maybe punt. I don't know. I'll tell you what.
Position.
That was a no man's catch right there.
He had a receiver underneath on his little outlet route, standing about 5 yards from the first down. I think if you'd have saw him, it might have been successful, but that's good for Lamar here.
Well, Coach, I think you see the mentality I'm talking about. They believe that they have this game wrapped, so they are going for the big money, offense and defense.
Kind of stuck in no man's land here. It's, if you get it, you get it. If not, still relatively good field position.
Now he's going to back up, though. He fakes the punt, rolling out, design fake, looking to throw, has the corner, going to try to get it. He can break a tackle to the 30, dives for the sticks. I think it's going to be a couple yards short.
Close.
He's 3 yards short, guys.
He's going to be short. That's it.
They are going to mark him out at the 29-yard line, and he needed to get to the 6-yard line. No, I'm sorry.
Again, Kenneth Edwards, the guy, number 52, kind of slowed the momentum up the punt and forced Novica to swing out and try to get yardage. Good effort, but he fell about 3 yards short. So the Cougars are going to get the ball back at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 at 7:41 to go here in the first half. Dalen Richard in the backfield with Ellis Jones. Jones is going to swing a pass to Hardeman. Hardeman with the catch. Close to a first down. It's going to take about 6 or 7 white jerseys to finally slow him down. But I'll tell you what, Lewis, it's refreshing to see a pass on first down.
It is, and it's something we talked about earlier. You don't need to send Hardeman 20 yards downfield. Get him out there 7, 8, 9 yards. Let him use his height. Let him use his jumping ability to bring that ball down and set up a short 2nd down play.
Demetrius James lined up alone to the far side. As Ellis Jones will call his number, cuts back close to around the 40. Needed the 39.
Well, he's going to be right on it. See, they're spotting the ball right at the 39.
They will confirm 1st and 10, Lamar. So the Cougars will get their 8th first down of the night. 7 minutes, 1 second to go here in the first half.
That time, the defensive line or offensive line doing a good job on Eugene King this time. They got Eugene kind of moved back, blocked inside, and ran off his hip.
Counter play is going to be to Richard.
Oh!
Hurls forward.
Guys, he
around the 43. That hole was huge, and he kept his feet forward, Coach. Looked like that could have been a big hitter.
Hey, guys, I got so excited I overstepped you. He just had one step, hit the tip of his foot.
4-yard gain, make it 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
That was Patrick Middleton, the 5'10", 208-pound linebacker, making that touchdown-saving
That's a fire plug.
carry right there.
5'10", 205. That's a fire plug.
Well, that is.
Daquan Jones now in the backfield with Val Allen. And again, botch
Ball's
snap,
on the
and Ellis
ground.
Jones can do nothing but fall on the ball. Again, it's the center quarterback exchange that continues to hurt drives for the Cougars all season long.
And I think that was a situation where Ellis Jones was trying to get moving just a little bit quicker because that snap was actually right where he needed it to be, right at the waistline, maybe a tad bit lower, but just not able to corral it before he started getting in motion.
So 3rd and 11 now coming up. 3 wide receiver set. Daquan Jones lined them in a slot to the near side. Ellis Jones trying to get that hard count. And looks like a timeout, and the Cougars will use their 3rd and final at 5:38 to go here in the first half. It is Lamar Consolidated 7, Lamar 6. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Right.
3rd down and 11 as we return to play. 5:38 to go first half. Cougars have the ball at their own 38-yard line. 3 wide receivers set. Hardeman and Demetrius James lined up to the outside. As Ellis Jones rolls out, gets a block throw, the ball is going to be incomplete. That ball was very nearly intercepted. It's a great play by number 5, Caleb Granger.
Granger, the undersized corner, 5'6", 160. Tell you what, if they could get Hardman matched up on him somehow, that'd be about 10 times the mismatch.
Yeah. And guys, that was just a great defense.
That was a very good
Nothing you
defensive
can do
play
about
made
it.
that time.
Ball was intended for number 3, Quincy James, as the Cougars will punt. Cole will drop back to around his 30, with Mikey Randall lined up at around his 36. And
Nice punt.
Cole is going to get a nice punt and a big bounce by the Cougars inside the 15, inside the 10, rolling around the 9-yard line.
I tell you what, that is 2 special teams plays in a row for Lamar that have really kind of saved their bacon. The first one was snuffing out that fake punt, stopping that short of the first down, and then that punt right there. Boy, they're starting to clean things up and that in the special teams part of it, and that can only mean good news for Lamar.
And Cole had a great punt last week. The bad snap overshadowed a good performance by him as he landed a 53-yarder earlier in the contest against Cold Spring.
Well, guys, if we can get past the penalties, I think we'll have a great football team here. Just get past the penalties.
We're starting position for the Mustangs all night as they'll come out in their pistol. He's going to hand off to Turner. He's just going to kind of pick and choose his way in the middle up across the 10 to about the 12-yard line. 5:07 left here in the first half. But this offense, this is the type of offense, they maybe could run the half out if they get enough first downs. Pistol set. It's time to Turner right up the gut. He's just going to carry defenders across the first down or right near the first down.
Someone without a helmet, and that's going to be number 32. That looks like Anthony Wright. He will have to sit out the play.
It will be a first down right at the 20-yard line. Not doing anything pretty, but boy, it sure is effective.
Clock in the favor of the Mustangs as they do have about 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining. Lamar is fresh out of them at this point.
2 wides will be set left, ball right in the middle of the field. Official finally spots the ball. Clock moving, 4:46. Blitz coming from the outside, but Nahitsa runs the other way. He's going to get it up to the 25 to about the 26-yard line. They're just gutting them. Just 3, 4, 5 becomes 10, 15, and 20 as the drive continues.
I tell you what, though, that was a great job by Herb Smith coming in, fighting off his block from the linebacker position.
Literally taking him out at the knees, too.
Yeah.
Real good block, a real good tackle.
2nd down and 4 now. Straight handoff. This time it's the Raw, so usually he's the outside guy. He tried to turn it outside, probably should have stayed in. Going to be probably no gain, and this is, I hate to overstate, but this is a huge 3rd down right here.
And again, number 52, Kenneth Edwards stepping up. He's the lead guy that kind of blew that play up and forced him to go outside, allowing the rest of his teammates to finish the play off.
It takes the team 2 wides on this right side. Going to zone read it and keep it. Go right up the middle and get the first down across the 35-yard line.
Good stop there by the Cougars, but not before the Mustangs moved the chains. Good play as he got helicoptered there by Reggie Franklin.
He does a good job hiding the ball on those zone read plays. Two wides will go to the far left. One a slot, one wide to the right. Single pistol, hard snap, ball snap. That's a free play because it's all sides. No, he hits, he's not going to be sacked, but it won't count.
No, there was contact down there. That should have been a dead ball. When the Lamarque man jumped across, he made contact.
And you also have, it looked like to me, unabated to the quarterback.
Yeah. You can call either one up. Either it should have worked.
Guys, I believe I figured out what they're doing. They're picking on middle because if you notice every other play, the players change out. And I think it's because we don't have a good solid starter in the middle. That we have 3 players that's changing out in the middle. And they're constantly picking on our middle.
You got to rotate and maximize the depth that you have up in the interior right now for Lamar.
So the offsides will bring it up to the 40, 1st and 5, 3:25. Clock is moving. First half. 2 wides go left, 1 wide right. Now they're kind of taking their time getting the play call. They use the signals on the sidelines, the pretty colors and pictures. It's now just going to hand off, coming this way. Good pursuit. Still gets across the first down, or just short of the first down. That was Ross on carry.
I see a little bit more penetration by this defensive front, though. They're just not really, they're meeting the ball at the point of attack about 3 yards down the field. I'd like to see them get a little bit of penetration, at least off that nose.
Second down and short. 2:42 left here in the first half. With all the action we've seen, it's hard to believe it's only 7-6. We get some calling out the signals. He's going to hand off to Ross now. He's going to try to cut inside. Going to get the first down. Only needed a couple. Gets across the 45-yard line and moves the chains.
2:27 left in the first half, and I believe, would you say they've got their 2 timeouts left? Is that right? Yeah. Lamar Consolidated.
2 timeouts. Lamarque has none. 2:18 left first half. 2 wides will again go left, 1 wide right. Power set. This time a little bit outside of the pistol, back to the traditional spread look. Fake the zone read, step back pass, being pressured, in a lot of trouble, and he's just going to throw the ball away outside the tackle boxes, and if he threw it at least across the line, he can do that.
Tremendous pressure by number 7. That's going to be Tyree Mason. Just knifed in the backfield with ease on that one. Got help by also number 44, Justin Britton.
Well, Britton's had a great game tonight.
All that pressure that was on him, there easily could have been a block in the back rolling around as that man that was trying to help out his quarterback let that defender get in front of him before making that contact.
2 minutes exactly, 2 wides right. Straight back to pass, trying to set the screen up in the middle. Ball almost intercepted.
Very nearly in the hands of William Tenner, number 45.
It ain't often you see a lineman that gets wide-eyed, and Buddy, he sure did that time, as he thought he had him a pick 6.
I'll tell you what, though, if he doesn't make that, knock the ball down, that screen was set up in the middle.
Yes, it was.
That was a big play either way.
Exactly. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10.
A nice recognition, by the way, though, of the screen. Staying back, staying at home.
Snap back, looking to throw, being pressured, rolls out, a lot of trouble, and just going to throw it away, and I don't know if he got it across the line of scrimmage.
I don't either, but I'll tell you what, that secondary right there had them all covered up. They're doing a great job downfield, this Lamarque defensive secondary.
Well, have you noticed? Yeah, they're going to call it. Flag is down. It will be intentional grounding.
And Mike Lawrence, the defensive coordinator, dialing up the pressure here in the second quarter. As we've seen this Lamarque defense become a little more intense here after giving up that initial touchdown.
Well, have you noticed the Mustang offense is either run, screen, or 15 to 20-yard routes?
Yeah.
And that's giving Lamarque a chance to get that pressure.
Well, I tell you what, Lamarque in an excellent, with a good return right here. They still have a minute 49 left to work with. No timeouts, but I'll tell you what, if they get a return here and get set up on at least the Lamar Consolidated side of the field, they got a chance for some points.
Reggie Franklin lined up at the 30 up Lamar. He does have a punt return for a touchdown this season.
Cruz puts the foot into it. Nice kick. Going to be taken at the 35, fumbled and picked up. Breaks the tackle, trying to bounce it to the right side, and not going to get far as he's going to actually be brought down. Technically a loss of where he got the punt.
It will spot him officially at the 33-yard line.
Well, that one was set up well to return. That little bobble, though, just gave Lamar Consolidated too much time to come down and cover. But if he fields that cleanly, he's got some green in front of him and can at least get to maybe midfield.
What have you said all night? The little things? Doesn't look like that's a big thing, but that might be the difference in them having a chance to put points on the board at the end of the first half.
Guys, I think he saw that lane. He got excited as I did.
I don't think you'd fit through that lane.
You're right.
Wow, the guest come on and he's
Look
taking
at that.
shots.
I mean to tell you.
Nice. 1 minute, 39 seconds to go.
Not saying I'd fit either.
As Ellis Jones rolls out, arm forward, steps, throws in and out of the hands of Hardeman. He got rocked as number 6, Serville Ford, introduced himself to him in a very rude way.
And I know that was pretty much a design play to go out to that side, but if he had had just a little bit of opportunity to look down the field, Demetrius James was streaking past his man.
Yeah,
Got to think they're going to need a big one here with no timeouts left and a minute 35 left.
You also got to wonder if you just kind of take it easy and just get in at half.
That's it. Don't want to give these guys the ball back.
Ellis Jones will hand the ball off, and that's a lot of room for Dalian Richard, who gets to midfield. Clock is going to stop to move the chains after a 17-yard gain by Dalian Richard.
That changes everything.
that's right. Now they're putting the machine together. We might see something fantastic. Notice Reggie Franklin, wide receiver.
Franklin lined up to the far side, the 3-wide set to that direction. Ellis Jones rolls out, steps, throws, has a man underneath the call. Ball is caught by Reggie Franklin. He's going to be stopped at around the 36-yard line. So chalk up another 14 for the Cougars with a minute 13 to go here in the first half.
Better be lucky that safety had his back turned. That could have been an interception, but a great job by the receiver.
Bunch set. They'll run the counter play. Richard breaking one tackle, gets to around the 31-yard line as we approach a minute here in the first half. Cougars look like they're going to go a no-huddle set here with 59 seconds and counting. Cougs do not have any timeouts. 3-wide set. The James on either side of the field. Ellis Jones rolls out, steps, throws, ball's going to be caught. Good reception. Again, it looks like Reggie Franklin.
That's
So
it.
your all-district defensive back is looking pretty stellar as a wide receiver on this drive. 2 receptions here as they put the ball right at the 20-yard line with 44 seconds remaining here in the half.
And if every play or every other play results in a first down, you don't need timeouts.
I put Hardeman in the corner.
Ellis Jones lined up, Richard in the backfield. He will roll out, steps, throws, darts it in the end zone, incomplete.
Wow, what a job, though. Receiver turning to defensive back
Yeah, and
as Demetrius James turned into a defensive back there and prevented the interception right there. Nice job of recognizing that ball was underthrown.
Serville Ford, number 6, good coverage as he very nearly came down with the INT. That stops the clock now with 29 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 for Lamar at the Lamar Consolidated 20.
That's basically the same play that they had the big pass play on earlier. Just run that wheel route out of the slot.
Yes, sir.
Tight set for the Cougars. 2 tight end set. Out of pistol. Play action fake. Steps, throws, has a man, and it is going to be incomplete.
Oh! And
Double coverage.
And they very easily could have called interference there, too, with that face guarding there. That defensive man never turned around, never saw the ball coming.
If Ladarian Ellis Jones had checked down, he would have saw Daquan Jones pretty much by himself at around the 8-yard line.
Yeah, there was contact while the ball was in the air right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should have been a flag on that play.
3rd down and 10, still at the 20-yard line. Now 22 seconds left. Trips formation to the far side. Hardeman to the near. Ellis Jones back, dials it up, looks toward Hardeman in the end zone, and the big man is going to get a touchdown, but a flag is down.
Let's see.
That might have been defensive pass interference, though.
It could go
It's
either
going to
way
be
on that
interference on someone,
one. It's going to go either way. That's going to be dicey.
and we'll wait and see as to who is going to be celebrating.
A lot of bumping and rubbing down there. That's a bit of physical matchup tonight on that end.
They
Well,
went to it several times tonight. Defensive pass
Defensive,
interference,
that's a
cashing in
touchdown.
touchdown.
Bring it up. Give me that
Cha-ching!
Thank you.
Cash that one in. Grandma Green, your grandson's doing well again. 4 games, 4 touchdowns. He's got a knack for the end zone.
We need this one.
As the Cougars take a 12-7 lead, it looks like they might go for 2. Clock running out, 16 seconds remaining here in the first half.
They have no timeouts.
69-yard drive that was highlighted by the pass. Not too often we've been able to see that this season, Lewis.
That's it. As a matter of fact, that's the first time this season where we've seen passing outweighing the rushing attempts.
They'll go for 2. Ellis Jones with DeQuan Jones in the backfield. Will roll out, steps, throws, ball is caught. Mike Hardeman,
All right.
he scored the touchdown. Why not give him the 2-point conversion
Now, guys,
as well?
you're seeing Cougar football.
The pass is finally starting to wake up in Lamar. 16 seconds to go here in the first half. New score, it is Lamar 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. Coug Sports Net will be right back. It's now 14-7 Lamar.
And look at that total yardage. I know we can't see it up there on the scoreboard unless Mike's going to try and get around over there. Total yardage 158 to 158.
This shows you just how evenly matched these two teams have played. Both have hurt themselves with penalties and mental mistakes. But right now it's the Cougars holding the 1 touchdown lead. And they'll just fall on the ball. So at 14 seconds left, down 7. You do have 2 timeouts, so it'd be interesting to see if they do take a stab downfield.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the short kickoff. In fact, we lost a playoff game in 1988 to Dallas Carter that way. Took in the lead with a minute left, tried to short kick because we were so afraid of a return. They marched right down the field and scored with 18 seconds. And
Well, that's not going to happen tonight, okay? Not tonight.
And it looks like they're going to just get into the let's go to the locker room formation. Kind of shocked when it hits his arm. He can chunk it.
He has impressed in the first half with that arm.
He puts the knee to ground.
That's right.
That'll end the first half.
Yeah, these guys have played a strong first half, almost a full game of energy. It's going forward.
A very entertaining first half as we've seen the ebb and flow of this contest go up and down for both teams. But after 24 minutes of play, it is Lamar 14, the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs 7. Coug Sports Net will be right back. Enjoy the halftime. Start the second half here at Reliance Stadium. It is Lamar 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. We're having fun out here. Brandon Williams, Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., Senior Stats is with us on the side, upstairs with us. We've got Coach William Sal doing a great job on the sideline with us tonight. And we're having a great time with our friends Terry Bennett and Grant Goodman. They're part of theoldcoach.com. You might have seen their magazine out during the summer. You can probably still pick it up in some spots. Only magazine that is dedicated strictly to high school football in the state of Texas. Scoop it up. Also go to the site, oldcoach.com. Also part of Sideline to Sideline. Probably one of the few sites in the state of Texas that focuses a lot on Class 3A and Class 2A football. So these guys definitely throw a lot of good stuff out there. Highly recommend you go out and peek that site out as well over the course of the football season, and also during the offseason as well, because you know in Texas, we do it 12 months out of the year. Guys, penalties dominated the first quarter, but then the second quarter came along, really much of a defensive battle until the final minute and a half of the first half where Lamar's passing game finally started clicking, and they finally got the touchdown on the strike to Mike Hardeman.
Guys, I believe that what you're saying is true, but if you notice, Coach Jackson did a smart thing. He hit them with what they were hitting him with, the hurry-up offense. You notice that in every game when they go to that, they tend to come out well. And they start doing that to them, and much like they were doing to them in the pistol offense, and it changed the course of the game.
I kind of liked something I saw on the last two defensive stands for Lamarque, and that was they are finally tackling. They cleaned it up a little bit. They're open field tackling. Yes, they missed one or two here and there, but they cleaned it up quite a bit from that first and most of the second quarter on those last two defensive stands.
And getting in there and finally putting on some pressure into that quarterback, getting some of those linebackers into that offensive backfield, slowing the runners down, putting some pressure on the quarterback so that he doesn't have clear shots downfield.
I think Brandon brought up a good point there towards the end. They were starting to dial up the pressure off the edges rather than kind of sitting back. They kind of sat back, I think, defensively and letting the play come to them, seeing what that quarterback was going to do. And I think, like Brandon said, they finally said, you know what, we're going to dial up pressure and we're going to force our hand. And I think that worked.
Aggression will go a long way towards helping these guys out. It really will. I know they're kind of like punch counter punch going in the first quarter, but eventually, guys win, lose, or draw, maybe a penalty or two because of it, so on and so forth. But that aggression, getting that going and ramping that up some is definitely going to be a plus for any team that can control it and keep it going in their favor.
You got to feel that Lamar Consolidated has got to be frustrated that they only have 7 points.
Hey, guys, we have a relaxed sideline here. These guys are excited. Nothing like the.
Kind of lost you right there, Coach, but we'll get ready to start the second half with Lamar Consolidated getting the ball. We will turn over the kickoff to Terry Bennett. Terry, take it away.
Lamar Consolidated will be going left to right on your, and I can actually say this, TV. Normally I have to say computer screen, and it's 14-7.
That's a heck of a TV screen too, isn't it, guys?
Well, that is.
It's kind of nice. As here we go to start the second half. It's going to be a line drive kick, going to go over the return man, and
that's a live ball. He's got
just made it into the end zone.
Well, there you go. First special team outing of the second half, and it couldn't have gone any better than that. Getting the touchback right there. Again, those couple of special teams hiccups costing the Cougars early in this ball game, so that's a positive sign right there.
Well, make a note that in that second quarter, Lamar Consolidated started losing the field position battle. And so those 30 and 40 yards they were getting each drive, they would sputter and eventually have to punt. As they're going to be coming out for the first time here.
Well, how balanced and even is this ball game, though, stat-wise? 156 total yards for Lamar Consolidated, 158 for Lamarque, 11 touchdowns for Lamar Consolidated, and 11 first downs and 12 for Lamarque.
I almost didn't see that wide receiver split to the left.
I saw that too.
It's going to hand off. Great pursuit and penetration, and it's going to be a
Mr.
2-yard loss.
Edwards.
H-E-L-L-O, said Kenneth Edwards. That is going to rock a rib here or two there.
Darius Turner's slow to get up right now. Boy, Turner.
Go ahead, take a look. We'll go ahead and see whether or not they will take him out. But Kenneth Turner, my gosh, Kenneth Edwards, excuse me,
yeah.
He has really stepped up here in the last 2.5 games.
Turner's been there bruising back. He might not want to poke his head through the line anymore.
I think that was the hit of the night.
They're going to line up now after the loss of 2. Ball on the 23-yard line. Second down and 12. 2 wides will split to the left, 1 to the right. Straight pistol. Going to try to hand off the Ross. No, this was going to keep it himself. Going to try to bounce it out to the corner, and that time real good pursuit. Makes it about a 3-yard game, and it looked like he was going to have a little bit more.
And again, Chasson Douglas, we talked about how well of a pass defender he's been all season. Excellent run defender as well. He showed it right there, being able to force Novitska out instead of having him turn upfield.
What was that name again? Oh, sorry.
Scott. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 now. Big 3rd down to start this quarter for Lamar. Get him off the field now, and you'll get good field position. 2 wides right, 1 split far to the left. Ball set on the right hash. Throw a little quick wide receiver screen out to the right side. Ball is going to be caught, but
beautiful
not much gain.
tackle.
There's Bobby Lewis on the catch and run there.
Daquan Jones, number 24, stayed at home. And again, like you mentioned, Since the start of the second quarter, the Cougars have done a much better job as far as wrapping up. It's a good individual stop right there and a big momentum thump, not only with the Edwards tackle, but also forcing the 3 and out.
Yep. Now
Reggie Jackson. I'm sorry.
Reggie Franklin.
plays baseball.
Reggie Franklin. I've done that 3 times so far this year.
Snap, a little bit of pressure. It's going to be a very high, short punt.
Watch out, guys. Yep.
And it's going to take a big Mustang roll, though, and go across the 50.
They'll down and around the 48-yard line. That ball just floated high in the air. A net of 24 on that punt. And not only do the Cougars get a good stop defensively to start the second half, they put the offense in position with a great starting position at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, by far Lamarque's best starting field position of the night.
Let's see if they continue with that passing game they found in the second quarter.
Val Allen in the backfield along with Dalen Richard, number 17. Richard's gotten the bulk of the carries here tonight. And miscommunication there as Ellis Jones is just going to slide back. And again, it's been the issue of the center and the quarterback just not being on the same page.
Yeah, that time, Ellis Jones wasn't anywhere close to looking for that snap.
I think the center saw him trying to motion up a guy, and I think he thought he was signaling he was ready for the snap.
Well, you know, we always talk about penalties being drive killers. That's equally, these kind of things are drive killers as well. I mean, that's good for basically a holding penalty yardage right there, and you lose the down.
So 2nd and 20 at the 38-yard line. Jones will hand the ball off, and it's going to be Richard who will get to around the 40-yard line. Slow developing play. Really did not gain much as Richard gained about maybe 2. So make it 3rd down and 18 with 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So we haven't seen in the first 2 plays any sign of aggressiveness that we saw out of Lamarque in their last drive of the first half, which resulted in the touchdown. Reggie Franklin now coming in at wide receiver. Cooper and Allen going out of the lineup. 3 wide receivers set to the far side. Ellis Jones is going to roll there. Steps up, evades pressure, goes up long, and that ball is going to be intercepted.
Well, you know, that's an effective punt, basically, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's a great punt.
Effective punt, but nonetheless, that is an interception by number 6, it's Survell Ford. It's been picked on a bit all night long, but he'll finally get one going his way. And Jones just threw that ball up there and give Christopher Williams a lot of credit. Slowed down the opening block and forced Jones to throw the ball up in the air.
Only the 2nd turnover in the game, 1 for each team now.
Well, let's see if this one hurts the Cougars any. 1 for Lamar Consolidated basically took points off the board as it looked like they were going to score.
They were inside the 5 with that fumble, yeah.
Mustangs come out now. This time they got 3 backs in the backfield. See if they motion one out. No wide receivers to the right side. It's going to keep it now. Rolling, designed rollout, trying to get his blockers out in front of him. Beautiful tackle behind the line. I was about to say almost a.
It's going to get hit with the horse collar.
Yeah, horse collar.
If it's clearly Jersey, they shouldn't.
Number 52 again.
That was
Kenneth
Jersey
Edwards.
that time, I'm hoping.
They're talking about it.
Boy,
Yeah,
Edwards is having a monstrous start to this second half.
Now they're about to mark it off.
Okay.
You know, for safety reasons, they've gotten to this thing though, where if it's questionable, it's a foul. They don't.
You're right.
They do not second guess it. If there's a question, it's a foul.
That's pretty close.
Real close. Got a lot more jersey, if anything.
One of the new UIL rules, officials, if they have it, can actually name the player, his number on the infraction.
Yeah, they can't do that in high school now. Yep.
Brings the ball out to the 37. 1st and 10 now. 2 wides will go left, 1 wide right. Hisman tries to hand it off. Nope, keeps it. Good job pulling the belly read. Now he's going to try to get to that corner, and he's going to get a couple yards. And, boy, that corner popping he was doing in the first half, he's not finding room anymore.
Well, a lot of it, it looks like Lamarque is taking better angles, first of all, especially their linebackers.
Yeah, they've corrected that linebacker problem, and the cornerbacks are staying home a little bit. They were cheating to the inside. Now they're lining up a little wide, if you notice.
Also, sometimes it'll take a few plays to really gauge the speed of a player. You can see it on film, but that doesn't always show up. So it'll be 2nd and 7, ball on the 40 now. Running that belly zone read. This time he's going to keep it right up the gut and get across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Going to be a little short, though, of the first down, I believe. That's going to set up about a 3rd and long 1.
Good job of making the Cougar defense over-pursue that time on the belly read. So 3rd down and 1 with 8:11 left here in this 3rd quarter. 14-7, Lamarque leads. Noticed on 3rd downs that they throw, they like to line up to the right side. Now they get their play call from the sideline. Pistol set. Ball snap. Zone belly again, and he's going to dive up forward. And I think he's going to get it.
Close.
He's right on the sticks. I think they're going to give it to him with that spot. But I'll tell you what, Lamarque getting a little penetration right there. Quarterback's just able to sidestep that penetration and fall forward for the first down.
Just got it. So it's 7:48 left, 3rd quarter. Another first down for the Mustangs. 2 wides will go left. Tight end set right, pistol set. I don't think Turner's come back in since that hit. Going to do a little quick hitter out to the slot on the left side. He's going to get across the 50 down. Where are they going to spot him?
Looks like they'll spot around the 47-yard line.
That was Randall again. Good spot right there by the official. I actually thought Randall got a little further down the field.
We'll take it.
Isaiah Hall, number 9, on the stop for Lamarque.
Seeing their defense play a lot smarter contained football right now, but without losing the aggressiveness. Blitz look coming off this left side. Now he backs off. 2 wides right. Snap. Going to run it this way. This time he's going to catch the ball 2 yards deep. He's going to break a tackle up to the 45-yard line. That was Randall again. He seems to be their big play guy on the short stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to get him into space. Lamarque doing a great job, though, of keeping him in front of him, though.
I'm telling you, that backside pursuit has ended a lot of plays that might have gone further after Randall or one of the running backs or the quarterbacks broken the first tackle.
First man there was Reggie Franklin. A couple weeks back, he suffered a little bit of a shoulder injury, and you don't usually see him miss too many tackles.
Hey, guess what's back? Penalty flag.
You know, for a defender, you hurt that shoulder, and it takes a while to kind of start poking your head back in.
Sideline warning. That's one where the coach cost him 5.
Need a good get-back coach. So that'll back them up. 7:12 left. Kind of a lull in the game right now. Just the thousands and thousands of fans are out at the concession stands.
Hey, the game's moving at a lot faster clip right now than the first half was.
Compared to the 45-minute first quarter.
Snap, hand off now. New back in the game, trying to bounce it outside. Great containment as that was number 5. Get his name, Caleb Granger.
Well, nice job of the Cougar defense
Cougars,
once again, filling those running lanes.
You know, that they were running that. Their running backs were doing such a good job blocking that up. With Turner, the big guy, not in, Ross just doesn't have the size to seal as good as Turner was. So it'll be 2nd down now. 6:28 left here in the 3rd quarter. Confusion reigns on the Mustang side. Tight end now goes to the right, 2 wides to the left. Now we're just going to have a Mustang timeout.
We'll take the timeout with 6 minutes, 14 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. It is Lamarque 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
After the timeout now, Lamar comes back out. Going to be facing a 2nd and 16 with 6:14 left here in the 3rd. 14-7 Lamar leads. 2 wide split right. 2nd down and 16 to be exact. Let's see if Consolidated got their stuff worked out. Last couple plays they had some confusion. Back to pass, being pressured, trying to roll to the right. Going to lose a ton of yards. Ate his sack lunch right there, boys.
Number 44, that is going to be Justin Britton. And again, as you mentioned, the Lamarque pass rush has really been intense since the start of the second quarter. They have been able to harass the pocket, forcing him out of the pocket. And right there, a big sack, a loss of 18 yards on that one. So make it 3rd down and 34.
Well, the problem you have with a scrambling quarterback is sometimes they don't honor the pocket. A couple times, if he'd have just stepped up, the interior has the pocket, let the rushers just rush past him. Snap back on 3rd and forever. All day, just going to throw the ball deep. Has a man. A lot of pushing and grabbing and hugging, but no call. So it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, these officials haven't been real consistent on their subjective pass interference calls, so you got to be careful down there. You know, you don't know how they're going to call it. We saw a Lamarque defender get just mauled down there, no call. Then we saw a call 2 plays later where there's just a little rubbing, so there's not any real consistency. So in your pass coverage, you've got to be cognizant that, you know, a little could get you, or a lot you might not get it, but you got to be careful.
So we're going to see another punt, low punt. Good job by Ruiz of pulling it out. Nice punt. Takes a big Lamarque bounce, though, all the way back across the 40. Boy, that looked like it was going to be bouncing in no man's land. And
that would have been fantastic.
I know it. That was one of those bounces you think God might be a Cougar fan.
Guys, I love the adjustments that Lamarque defense has made on the outside. They've spread the cornerbacks a little bit wider, and they're coming up on the ball really fast.
So the Cougars will get the ball now at the 42-yard line, 5:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Still nursing that 14-7 lead. And as you mentioned, Coach, got to give credit to the defensive coordinator, Mike Lawrence, who's done an outstanding job of the adjustments in the second half. You know, really since the start of the second quarter, where we've seen this Lamarque defense effectively counter just about everything Lamar Consolidated has thrown at them. 1st and 10 now. Richard in the backfield, a 4-wide set. They'll fake the counter. It'll be Ellis Jones trying to turn a corner. Got a couple of yards, but was wrapped up immediately.
That was Jack Lopez, linebacker, coming up with the stop there, doing a nice job filling that lane.
Number 55, Eugene King, also in there as well. That's a name we've called frequently tonight for the Mustangs.
Well, they've done a lot better job on King here in the second half, though. That first half, they were having a hard time with Eugene King.
2nd down and 8 now with 4:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ellis Jones will fake the counter, drops back, steps, throws, has the ball over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Mike Hardeman will have enough for the 1st down, as we'll put the ball inside Lamar Consolidated territory. They'll spot it around the 44-yard line. And for the first time, actually, one of the rare times tonight, we've seen Jones throwing the ball in the pocket.
And over the middle.
Yeah, Hardeman and Jones hooking up there in the soft part of the zone.
So 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, a 3-wide set. Richard is in the backfield. As we look at the play clock running down, Richard lining up. Quincy James is the wide receiver to the near side, and it's going to be Ellis Jones breaking a couple of tackles, gets to around the 42, maybe the 41-yard line, so I'll pick him up about 3 as we close in within the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd.
You know, I think one of the things that they've done since that passing drive is Hardeman, I think they fell in love with that far outside matchup. They started putting him in the slot and letting him run and find that space.
2nd down and 7 at the 42-yard line. Hardeman is in a slot. Franklin lined up to the far side. Demetrius James lined up in a slot to the far side as well. So Ellis Jones drops back, steps, throws. Ball is going to be caught by Franklin. Franklin will have the 1st down as they will move the chains.
That's one. I believe they moved Hardeman in the slot so that he can utilize his height, because over the middle or either just a down and an out, he can take advantage of the shorter defensive backs on that side.
Franklin's 3rd catch of the evening, as he's become more of a factor in the passing game here. Watch set, low snap, and that play is going to go nowhere because, again, the center quarterback exchange really not working well for Lamar, as that led to a huge, nice little loss of yardage there.
Yeah, well, you'd like to, as a Lamarque fan, to see that center quarterback exchange get straightened out quickly, because that hidden yardage is starting to add up.
Thank you.
You know, that really, other than that and the penalties, Lamarque is playing well, but they just get that one snafu a series, and it kind of sets them behind the chains.
2nd and 14. Ellis Jones rolls out, throws. Ball is going to be caught. Again, it's going to be Franklin who will reel it in and around the 26-yard line.
I tell you what, Ellis Jones here in this second half has really dialed it in. He is a lot more accurate in this second half. He had a hard time finding his mark there in the first half. Boy, he's really dialed in now.
He's rolling out of the pocket. That's become an asset.
3rd down and 3 at the 27-yard line. 2:25 remaining here in the third quarter. They'll bring that trip set over to the near side. Ellis Jones trying to call his own number. Will have the first down as he will burst inside the 25. Will probably be spotted around the 23-yard line. So the Cougars are knocking on the end zone door with 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the third.
A nice job of that offensive line there on the right side. Opened up a nice little running lane for Ellis Jones to pick up that first down, getting a little bit of movement again.
Hey, but don't you love this wide open offense? Everything coming from every direction. You can't play Lamar just any kind of way right now.
We're seeing Lamar offense. It's a little more loose now as the game is going on. I think a lot of it really has been the fact that the defense has really stepped up as well, and they followed the cue. Time out on the field. We'll take it with them with 1:49 remaining in the third quarter. It is Lamar 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
You buy the beer, and I'll let you do that.
1:49 to go third quarter. It is 14-7 Lamar. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. Lamar Consolidated. Again, a 4-wide set. Ellis Jones fakes the counter. Brake tries to turn the corner, and he won't. It's a good stop by number 35. And it looks like, was that Darius? No, 36.
Excellent play by the linebacker. You can't make a better defensive play, open field tackle than that.
Yeah, Becky, you know, when you have to practice against those scrambling quarterbacks, it makes your guys better at tackling scrambling quarterbacks.
Right, definitely.
So a gain of 1 makes it 2nd and 9 as we approach the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter. Now an I formation. Allen the fullback, Daquan Jones is the deep back. And they'll run a dive play with Big Val Allen, and Allen's going to go inside the 15 and move close to a first down.
Allen squirting out the back end of that pile there, getting extra yardage, keeping those legs churning.
Normally you're starting, he's the starting linebacker and team captain. Got 6 on that one as Jones calls his number on 3rd and 3. He looks like he'll be about a yard, maybe 2 short of the first down. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So 4th and 2 at the 15-yard line. Decision time coming up for Dr. Mike Jackson and the Lamarck offense. You don't see Ricky Guillen lining up, so it looks like the Cougars will be content to try to run for 2.
They've had success on the right side.
Clock running now at 16 seconds. They will have to get a play off here as the play clock is down to 6. Low snap. Ellis Jones is going to be swarmed. Again, the snap issues have really hurt the Cougars, and it has allowed the Mustangs to really penetrate deep into the backfield.
You know, you get to the point where you got to start maybe going under center, especially on short yardage plays and stuff.
Unfortunately, in the first game of the season, going under center almost exclusively, we still had issues with it, and there were 5 times where the snap center combination didn't work.
It's one of those things where between now and next week, you try to get those two very intimate with each other, learning the signals and everything along those lines.
Especially inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a killer because you got to feel that a touchdown there, you might start thinking about this game being salted away by the way the Cougars are playing defense. Instead, Lamar Consolidated comes out with a chance to tie the game. As first play is just going to be a simple off-tackle right couple yards. Well, their running game has completely changed with Turner when he got that hard hit. Now, he's back in, but he hasn't looked the same since he got depleted behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he on that carry right there, he was kind of tiptoeing through there just a little bit. Fourth quarter here at Reliant Stadium.
Time to throw the 4s up if you're the Lamar Cougars. It's rally time, it's drive time. After 3 periods of play, it is Lamar 14, Lamar 7, Lamar Consolidated 7. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Well, we've been lucky, Grant, as we have a great game, 14-7. Lamar Consolidated trailing as they have the ball with 12 minutes left in this football game. And the broadcast has been lucky because stadium security still has not yet to find you. So it'll be first down for the Mustangs.
I get a bad rap,
down.
guys.
Going to run that jet sweep. Now going to pull it to a reverse. Ball hits the ground. Randall's in trouble now all the way back to the 5, trying to dance and finally just fall forward back to the 10-yard line.
And that play is going to put them into negative yardage in the second half. They started the second half with 156 yards of offense, so they only gained 4 yards total in the third quarter, and that's going to push them back further on a loss of 9.
Well, you know, Lamar Consolidated's last 2 third down situations have been 3rd and 34 and now a 3rd and 19, somewhere where Lamar Consolidated does not want to be operating from on 3rd down.
I don't think I've ever seen 2 quality teams of this type that kill themselves on the first play or a second play of a drive so many times. Pistol set, straight back to pass, looking deep. Double covered at the 45, jump ball, flags. It's going to be a penalty.
Yep. And it needed to be, unfortunately. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
You knew sooner or later that was going to come as number 24, Daquan Jones, and number 10, Murphy Smith, put the coverage on there, but somewhere along the way, one of them got a hold of some arms, and it's going to push the ball forward 15 yards.
Well, Lamar Consolidated catching a huge break right there.
Sometimes that's just what you need to do. You throw it up.
Yep.
You know, you either make a catch, incomplete, or something like that happens.
Look like that's going to be on Smith, number 10.
He took a bad angle to the ball, and once you do that, you're eating up.
Well, and it happened right in front of the back judge. That never helps either.
What you like to teach them to do is once they get to that bad angle, just jump up for the ball. Because a lot of times the official will give you the benefit of the doubt of trying to make a play. So it'll be an automatic first down. Ball moves out of jail to the 25-yard line. In a 14-7 game in the last quarter, that's a play to circle.
Yeah, as long as the momentum don't change too terribly much. It was one of those plays, we call it aggression. Sometimes it bites you.
Do a straight handoff. Turner back in the game. I think that's his first carry since he got hit so hard.
Second.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem quite as quick to the hole now. He is, I'm not going to say tiptoeing, but he is not the Raging Bull going downhill like he was in the first half.
Second down now, 8. Clock running.
You're seeing Turner go out of the game now.
Coaches will know when they're not running like they normally do. 2 wides will go right. Going to try that jet sweep. Nope, belly option keeper. Up to the 31-yard line goes Scott. Big third down right here.
A little bit better situation for Lamar Consolidated. This one's just a 3rd and 4. Really like the way this interior defense, though, has really started stuffing out some of those long runs.
2 wides will go right. Randall's in the slot. Going to do a quarterback keeper on the belly, and he's going to be a couple yards short. Now you probably a little too early in the game to start thinking about 4 downs.
Especially from this position.
I don't think they benefit from this position. They're too deep in their own territory.
Oh, Vince, that wasn't quite his best read of the night. It's that defensive end really crashed down, and he kept it where he should have probably given that off to the back with the defensive end crashing down.
They're lining up like they're going to go for it, but they like to punt. They did try to go for it once. And now they're going to straight go for it. Hands off, dancing across the 45 and gets the first down as number 5, Caleb Granger, looked like he was bottled up. Started shifting those hips and was able to get through the lane.
Well, that took some guts to go for it on 4th down and on your side of the field, only down by 7, plenty of time left.
Giving it to the 5'6" running back at that.
Give credit to Novovica, they able to hold on to that ball to the absolute last minute.
He's going to keep it again, now trying to get to the outside, and the containment's just not going to let him.
Reggie Franklin, number 3 on the tack line. Again, just this Cougar defense has just been swarming. You know, if you look up on the replay up here, you know, you've got 4 Cougars and maybe 1 Mustang there. And poor Novovica just really had no chance on that play.
Well, and they're tackling better. They were getting there earlier, but he was bouncing off that first or second one, and then that breaks containment. So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. Already 8:54 left, 14-7 Lamar Consolidated trails with the ball. 2 wide right, 1 wide this left side. He's going to look right. Has a man streaking down the sideline. A lot of pushing and shoving by the offensive guy, but no catch.
We got a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, in the backfield back here. I almost wish they would have thrown that flag out there on that offense. I have a funny feeling this one.
You got a hold there, it
Oh,
looks.
very good, very good.
Looks like number, 79?
No, they got a chop block.
No, a chop block. Okay, 79 mauled his guy, wrapped him up, and tackled the defender, so I guess they had their pick of the litter on that one.
Bobby Lewis was the intended target. Well, they just don't have a varied passing attack. Their wide receiver tree is basically straight or screen.
Well, they've gone away from that little screen, if you've noticed. Lamar had started sniffing that out a little bit better.
Kind of an interesting number. 19 penalties in that first half. That's only the third one so far in the second.
Yeah, the officials are just tired
Going
of
a little
throwing it.
quick. Yeah, they're sore arms.
2 of them are in a sling.
Tennis elbow. Good one.
Never
Mike.
seen officials that need a bullpen.
3 wide right. Pistol set. Going to try the screen. Going to be sniffed out. Big loss. Wow, as that was number 22, Phillip Ross, on the catch and kind of carry.
Well, I tell you what, I'm really becoming a Justin Britton fan. That kid has shown up from the second quarter on, and he's making play after play out there tonight.
He is. Between him and Edwards, buddy, they're becoming an absolute terror to that offensive backfield.
Another 3rd down and 31.
Golly.
We'll take the timeout. 8:10 to go in the fourth quarter. It is Lamar 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Tearing it back here as Lamar Consolidates had the ball the whole quarter, but they've just spent it going backwards. As it's going to be 3rd down and 31 at their own 15. Last time they got bailed out by a pass interference. They'll go 3 wides to the left. Straight back to pass again. Going to be hit as he throws. Ball's up in the air, and it's going to fall incomplete.
What was absolutely amazing about that is they only sent 2 men out in a pattern, 1 long, 1 short. Everybody bid on the long man, and Scott was still pretty much adamant on trying to get that ball out there to him. The short man down here, obviously well short of the first down, but would have had a good bit of room to run as everyone bid on that deep man.
Herb Smith, the number 25, putting the pressure on the quarterback.
Franklin now back to receive, and you really got to feel that if they do things right, this could be the game-ending type drive. As they should be getting decent field position. Good snap, a little bit of punt pressure. Nice high punt. Going to take a Lamar Consolidated roll this time across the 45, down inside the 40 to the 38.
Okay, we've been talking a lot about this Lamar defense. But let's look here in the second half. We are 7 minutes, 49 seconds into the fourth quarter. If you'll notice, Lamar Consolidated ended the first half with 158 yards, total yards. And right now, total yardage, they've got 156 now. All that defensive pressure and tackles for losses are starting to take away from that, and that shows you how well this Lamar Cougar defense is playing here in this second half. It's like night and day.
And this is the type of effort that they needed all season long. They've had their moments, but this is the first time where we've really seen the dominance of that defense on first down. Ball is incomplete, intended for Franklin. Franklin got his hand up, probably looking in the direction of Quincy James, really not sure where it was, but nonetheless, it's an incompletion.
Need better spacing on that route right there.
Yeah. Yeah, Franklin hadn't got that hand up. That would have been Quincy James sitting there right there with the reception.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line. 7:46 remaining. Shotgun set. Jones trying to call his own number. Got a block from
Good seal
Franklin,
block.
but is not going to turn the corner. Good stop there by number 6, and that is a name that we've called frequently tonight, Servell Ford. He's got an interception, and now he's got yet another tackle there.
He did a good job. Franklin was technically his man. As soon as he saw him go for the seal, he just went behind Franklin's backside to get to the quarterback.
Oh, give credit to the Lamar Consolidated's defense. They've allowed only 43 yards here in the second half. 3rd down, Ellis Jones trying to run, gets close to the mark, will fall a bit short of it. Good pressure by the Mustangs, led by number 72, Andre Lofton. just came barreling in, forced Jones out of the pocket. They kept it sideline, got good angles on the sideline to keep him from gaining any more. So a good stop by the Mustangs, and they will get the ball back with 7:09 to go in the fourth quarter. So it's a quick 3 and out.
Kind of would have liked him try to stay in bounds, run another 15 to 20 seconds off the clock.
Cole lined up to punt along with Val Allen. As now he will take a step back. Randall back deep and around his own 26-yard line. Cole will get the snap. Floats it high, angular. And will get a little bit of a Lamarque bounce. Gets a little favorable as it goes right at the 20-yard line.
Again, the Mustangs will start. They started that first quarter so many times on the Lamarque side. Since then, I don't think they've started outside their 40.
They have been hit with some very bad field position throughout the second half. And that's part of the reason why Lamarque's defense has been fairly successful.
You know, we jokingly said it earlier, but I also think there's got to be credit to the defensive coordinator. I think they've basically figured out Lamar Consolidated runs about 6 different plays. They just flip the field. I mean, their passing routes, it took them a while to realize they're basically just like you said, one go deep, one go short. As Lamar Consolidated will come out with 6:59 left, trailing by 7. You got to feel they're not going to have that many more chances.
Both teams with just 1 timeout left. Keep that in mind.
2 wides to the left, 1 wide all the way to the right. Straight handoff to Turner. He's going to get flipped up, and he is, again, I'm not saying tentative, but he's not hitting those lanes like he was in the first quarter.
No, he's not. Tell you what, who was that? Number 45, William Tenner, fighting his way, sophomore, fighting a block off, stopping Turner for a short gain.
Mark's been hit by kind of a plague of helmets coming off the last few plays. That's one of those things that they have to sit out a play. It could hurt you. Snap on second down, looking to the flat, and he's going to overthrow him. Probably better that he did, or he would have probably got his intended target, number 86, killed.
Good coverage by the Cougars. Again, Murphy Smith, the number 10. Number 25, Herb Smith, also there on the stop.
Their 5s and 6s on their font on their jerseys are not easy to see. That was Ryan Fisher. So it's going to be another 3rd down, but it's only 3rd and 8. Line up 3 to the right. We've also seen them in a lot more confusion in this second half. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Going to get the snap off at 5. Rolling right, protect the pocket. Has a man deep, but 2 defenders running with him, and it's going to be incomplete. Once again, it's just throw the ball deep to Randall and pray for the best.
Again, good coverage. Number 8, Jason Douglas, had some help downfield within the form of Murphy Smith.
Well, it's easy to have help when you've only got 2 guys in your route. I mean, you've got cover guys that have nothing to do. And then the moving pocket's great, but the problem is you then shorten the field, which compresses the defenders who have nobody to cover, so they're just going to find somebody to cover. We'll be punting for the 400th time. Good snap, a little bit of pressure. Nope, he's going to fake it. Has a man wide open. It's going to be a 1st down. Boy, what gutsy call right there.
Well, that's two gutsy calls on 4th down.
Ronald Patton, the coach of Lamar Consolidated, with some nice trickeration and a part of the field you would least expect. And it's Randall with the catch, and it will move the chains with 6:24 to go, guys.
He kind of caught Lamar's aggressiveness hurting them. They were going for the punt block. So just like that, the Mustangs get new life. 1st down and 10, trailing 14-7. Snap back. Going to hand off. Nope, going to be a zone read keeper, and he's going to get nowhere. Maybe to the line of scrimmage.
Stop made by Isaiah Hall and number 44, Justin Britton, yet again on the stop.
You know, Nova Hits is not running as strong either. He's taking a lot of shots tonight, and that starts to wear on you.
Yeah, especially when you got a kid that size at 5'9".
2nd and 10. Going to keep it again on the belly option, and again, he's not going to get much. And there's number 44 again.
Britton with the stop yet again. Number 32, Anthony Wright, also there on the tackle as well.
Guys, they're trying to work the hurry offense. They worked in the first quarter, but
they're hurrying up, but not a sense of urgency in the plays. You think they had the 14-7 lead, basically just running in between the tackles. Third down. Again, quarterback keeper. He's going to get to the 40.
You know, it looks like
38.
they're just trying
39.
to get one of those linebackers out of position is what they're trying to do. They're hoping one of those linebackers is out of position on that little read option. And I don't think Lamar's going to make that mistake because they are sitting right on it, doing a nice job up front.
Well, now that you've burned your fake punt, you basically now, if you're going to go for it, have to go out of the traditional offense. 2 odds right, pistol set, tight set left, rolling out to the right, has a man, and it hits off the defender in front. Hit him in the helmet.
That's great defense, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, filling the passing lanes, right?
Coach Jackson said they had to learn to play more with their heads.
So needless to
Oh, he got
say,
his
just
hand
went
up.
off his hand. Again, Isaiah Hall's quietly put together a good game himself. So now the Lamar offense will have the ball, very good field position.
Time to put the nail in the coffin right here for this Cougar offense.
Championship teams do.
You know, as Jim Lampley would say on HBO Boxing, it's championship rounds, guys. Ellis Jones in the pistol calls his own number and will not get much.
You just want to burn right now.
Yeah, you just want to eat as much clock as possible, especially when you consider the fact that Lamar Consolidated has only one time out here with 4:21 remaining.
Maybe you can force their hand, make them take that last time out here while they're on defense.
Of course, the flip side is, too, you might be lulling them just a little bit, thinking, hey, all we're going to do is burn time, and here on the second, third down, see something go a little bit long.
Flag down. That's the 24th penalty of the night. False start against Lamar. It's going to push them back 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 15 at the Lamar Consolidated 44 with 3 minutes and 59 seconds remaining.
Good
Penalties.
check time.
Penalties definitely not a big issue as they were in the first quarter. First half, I should say, Lamar, 12 penalties for 95 yards. Lamar Consolidated in double figures with penalties as well, 10 for 87. You would expect that on a night like it is outside in Houston where it's nice and rainy. See the lightning flashing, and there have been several games that have been canceled because of it. But in a controlled environment like we are in Reliance Stadium, a bit surprising. 2nd and 15. And again,
Got the back moving.
caught the back moving just a tick before the snap.
You know, both
Also number 15 on this side.
teams' running backs have moved early a bunch, and they weren't called, and now you start calling them.
So now the Lamar offense is being the best friend of the defense of Lamar Consolidated. So we've gone from 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line to 2nd and 20 at the 49 with 3:37 to go. That's probably the one thing you can look at is the fact that they have eaten that clock up. Ellis Jones will swing it out to Hardeman. Hardeman tries to break one tackle, breaks a couple of other ones, and it'll be stopped at around the 42, maybe the 41-yard line. So it'll be about a gain of 7 as we approach the 3-minute, 20-second mark.
A little bit more manageable, though, 3rd and 12. You got a few more things in your playbook for 3rd and 12 than you do at 3rd and 20, so not a bad job. And he kept it inside the numbers, meaning not out of bounds, and the clock keeps running. Now we're down to 3 minutes and 3 seconds left.
3rd down and 12 at the 41 of Lamar Consolidated.
Lamar is in absolutely no hurry at all to get these plays off right now, as they're content to burn as much time as they can.
They
It
might
looks
even
like
take
they
a
might
timeout.
burn their final timeout here, and they will. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining here at Reliance Stadium. It is Lamar holding a 14-7 lead over Lamar Consolidated. Coug Sports Net will be right back. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining here in the contest as Lamar holding a 14-7 lead over Lamar Consolidated. Facing a 3rd and 12 at the Lamar Consolidated 41. 4 wide set for Ellis Jones. Play action, steps up, throws over the middle. The ball is going to be caught by Hardeman, who spins forward for the first down, and that might be the backbreaker for the Lamar Cougars.
Ellis Jones and Hardiman delivering the dagger right there.
They have started utilizing the middle of the field here during the contest, and that's something you can definitely pick up on. As Mike was mentioning to us before we came back in, first time all season, Lamar's passing has outgained their rushing. Clock down at 2:21, ball at the 26-yard line. Ellis Jones calls his own number, breaks one tackle, gets to around the 23-yard line, so that's a pickup of about 3 with 2:06 and counting here in the fourth. Man down.
Ellis
He's
Jones.
slow to get up. We'll take the commercial break. Coug Sports Net will be right back.
Right. I think we're going to see Reggie Franklin go in to replace.
We will see Reggie Franklin and Darian Ellis Jones able to walk off the field under his own power. So it will be Reggie Franklin who will take snaps here with 2 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 6 at the 22-yard line up Lamar Consolidated. Play clock down to 14 as Franklin will just let it whittle on down to about inside 5 seconds. 1:45 remaining and someone had to jump. Penalty number 13 for the Lamar, actually 14 for the Lamar Cougars. Will push it back 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 11 now with 1:43 remaining.
You know, guys, Terry and I came out of Dallas, come down here. We see this every Sunday with the Cowboys. We were kind of hoping to come down to Houston and get a fresh start now.
Don't go dogging my boys.
Who would have thought that Lamar would be in a position to win a ball game where they had more penalty yards than rushing yards?
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the total?
It is 14 penalties for 105 yards for Lamar.
Oh, my goodness.
Cougars may get out of here with the win, but certainly Mike Jackson is not going to be pleased with the number of Yankees this team was hit with tonight.
You know, though, that penalty gave them 20 more seconds to run off the clock.
Blessing in disguise.
I really wish that they would make that change, or at least in the last 2 minutes, stop the clock.
Yeah.
Franklin awaiting the snap. And he will get it, will call his own number, cuts back, still on his feet inside the 20, close to a first down as Reggie Franklin.
Wow, Franklin making himself small, getting through that hole. Nice job.
He just carved his way through the defense.
Look how he turned sideways. Nice job by Franklin.
Well, now Lamar Consolidated is forced to keep that timeout in the back pocket. You don't want to waste it on a 3rd and 1. Well, now they are going to go ahead and call the timeout.
Timeout, and they will use it, what will be their last, with 54 seconds left. It is Lamar 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. Coug Sportsnet will be right back.
Why not?
We'll run the clock down.
54 seconds left, 3rd down and 1. As the Lamar Cougars are a yard away from perhaps salting this 14-7 lead and making it to their 2nd victory of the season. Franklin still in at quarterback, replacing Ladarian Ellis Jones. Play clock is at 17, and the ball is loose snap, and Franklin's going to be slung down. He will be slung down around the 32, making the 33-yard line. So the clock continues to run, and the play clock will start now. And it looks like if Lamar Consolidated gets the ball back, they'll probably have about, say, maybe 8 to 10 seconds remaining.
So those last 2 penalties allowed Lamar to run 40 seconds off the game clock. Those will be the only 2 penalties that they don't have a problem with from tonight.
4th and 13.
Do the quarterback run around right here.
That's it.
And they'll just let the clock go down. 10 seconds left. We'll go ahead and keep it here, guys. Offensive player of the game, I think you'd have to look maybe at Mike Hardiman.
I think so as well.
You know, you got the go-ahead touchdown reception, plus, a couple of receptions over the middle. He's emerging as the feature receiver for the Lamar Cougars.
Well, and the passing game got better when they moved him to the slot. It opened up so many more things in the route running. It confused the safeties. He was on linebackers then, and it completely changed. That whole drive was done by that.
Defensive player of the game, really too close to call between the duo.
Give them both then.
Yeah, so it's going to be Kenneth Edwards, number 52, and also Justin Britton, number 44.
Well, one was really the first half MVP, and then the second half MVP.
Yes. So 10 seconds remaining, 4th and 13. The ball is at the 29-yard line of Lamar Consolidated.
And it would not surprise me at all with Reggie Franklin's speed if that's exactly what you saw is the quarterback runaround.
That's exactly, you want to eat up as much time as possible.
Go to that wide side of the field.
Let's see a clean snap here, though.
That will be key. You'll get his clean snap. He will roll out, turns the corner, 30, 25, still on his feet. 2 seconds left.
Nope.
They're saying the ball game is over. He should have 2 seconds left.
Right, here we go. And Lamar, got to watch out too. Players start coming on the field to celebrate.
Exactly. Went out of bounds there. They corrected it. 2 seconds left as Franklin spun around and ate up the final 10.
He did what you wanted him to. And him just faking that pass forced the linebackers to be honest, and that gave him that edge where the linebacker wanted to hit that edge. That's a 3 or 4 second difference. It doesn't sound like a lot, but throw one up, pass interference, then you're throwing for the end zone.
So the Lamar Consolidated Mustangs are going to have to find a way to get 77 yards in penalty free in just 2 seconds.
Bet we don't see the zone belly read this play.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So here we go.
Didn't think you'd see them go for it on 4th down inside their 30 twice in a row either, did you?
And look at the two Lamarck safeties all the way back on their own side of the
Franklin
field.
lined up at around the 49.
Let's see if we have some pitching here. They're going to throw it quick. He's eligible to throw the ball. He's looking. He's going to throw it over the middle, and that defense just collapses in.
All you had to do was knock it down, right?
That's it. That's
No
what
flags.
he did. That's
No
the ball
flags,
game.
and there's your ball game. Very tough defensive effort, but at the end of the day, it is going to be Lamar gritting out a 14-7 win over Lamar Consolidated. Guys, very entertaining game, and we have had a lot of fun with Terry Bennett and Grant Goodwin again. They're with oldcoach.com. Hit that website. You'll have a lot of chatter there after the ball games and also on Sideline to Sideline, probably the definitive choice for 2A and 3A football talk. Guys, again, it was an honor. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again somewhere down the road.
Anytime.
We
course.
really enjoyed it. Thank you for having us, guys.
It's been a blast.
Every minute of it we liked.
If maybe I'll just have Mike not talk so much next time. Jeez.
Indeed. For Mike Lockwood, Lewis Perrin Jr., Senior Stats, Lewis Perrin Sr., William Sowell on the sidelines, and again, Terry Bennett and Grant Goodwin here with us. Final score here at Reliance Stadium, it is Lamar 14, Lamar Consolidated 7. We will see you next week at Houston St. Pius. Good night, Cougars take state.